You live this life, I walk this road, and you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. Vow to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm Fleece Johnson.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's going on, Fleece?
How you doing, our big brother?
Doing good, man. Man, this is the first interview since we went down to Florida and you was able to film with Drewski. What do you think about that experience? You can't really tell nobody what you did, but what do you think about the experience?
Well, it was a humbling experience. It was something new. But let me tell you this. I changed his name from Drewski to Juicy. Juicy.
That's his new name?
Yeah. The hospitality was, it was nice.
Yeah, they did a good job rolling out the red carpet for you. It was pretty cool.
Did. It was nice, and Florida was, it was a wonderful. And we had a nice time, though.
That's cool. Well, we won't say too much about that because
right, that's about it.
We can't let the cat out of the bag. It's gonna make sure y'all tune in. It's gonna be crazy.
Juicy.
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 Well, let's go ahead and get into the subjects today. These are questions again that people done asked me. This first one I kind of thought about a little bit. We've talked about it. You've talked about it, but I don't think we went too far in depth. Exactly how and when did you become a savage in prison? Because I got your prison record, so I know how bad it actually was. What made you snap?
Well, it's a combination of things. Like, the main thing that really bothers people when they get locked up is not getting visits, mail from family members and loved ones, right? People turning their back on you. See, that frustrates you because you will remember when you was out there getting money, you know, you was handing out money to people. They all had their hands out. Now you locked up, don't nobody know you, you know, and it mess with you. And at the same time, you locked up in a place that tells you practically everything to do, not to do, when to go to bed and all this. And you locked up around a lot of people that you don't want to be around. You know, men in particular, troublemakers, whatever. So you already mad. And so anything can tick you off, as it did me. But what makes you become a savage is when you see the savage way that people are dealt with in that are not savages.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by it's just like putting I just like filling the cage up with pit bulls and putting a bigger hound in you know, a bigger hound can't mix with a pack of wolves. You're gonna either become a wolf or you're gonna get eaten. You know, so that's the situation on savagery in prison.
Yeah, I mean, what made you go to the extent you went to though? You went further than most people. You throwing duty on people. You fighting the guards. The warden shoots you. They waterboard you. I mean, something caused that. You went to a level of savage that most people just never gonna see. What pushed you to that point?
I always had a heart, courage, more than the people around me. When I did robberies, when I was 13 and 14, I'm hanging around people in their 30s. I'm the one doing the robbery. I'm the one getting the money, got the pistol, all this. I'm the one that, I just had a heart. So when I go in that prison and I see the way people was treated and the way they try to treat me, and like I said, they caught me at a time when I was weak.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm a child. Don't even know if I can fight. On the streets, I carry pistols. I didn't have to fight. My guns took care of my problems. And now I'm in a penitentiary around people bigger than me, stronger, older than me. I'm a child. They grown. And they came for this booty. And they got it. And they took advantage of me. When I learned how to fight, learned I could fight, when I learned that the way that the prison was trying to mold me into being is not who I was brought into this world to be. Under God, it was like an abomination, shameful thing in the eyes of the angels. And strength was given me, man, strength to now fight. Don't hold on to the thought that, oh yeah, they got me, so it's just me the rest of my life. No, You got me? I done learned how to defend, fight, and now I done been strengthened. I'm gonna put you up out of your misery. And I'm coming hard. So when I unleashed all my fighting, it was mainly towards getting back at everybody, especially the ones that got me at a time when I was weak. So I'm like, all right, payback.
So you just rebelled against the system?
Totally. Total rebellion, period.
Against everybody and everything?
Everybody. We take it to hell.
And you didn't care what was going to happen?
Nope. And I learned something. See, you got people, just like right now, people talking about Russia, China, American, Iran, nuclear country, North Korea. They don't care. They care. See, I learned that during my fighting.
That you cared?
No, they care. That once you get on that stage and you show all your adversaries, here's me, you probably can whoop me. But you know what? I go down, you going down. I don't care about it. I don't care about nothing. I don't care about no consequences or nothing. What do you care about? And I seen that they cared about consequences.
And you didn't?
I didn't. So we can either stalemate this or you can give me the win. Because I ain't going to lose. Not with an adversary that cares about consequences.
So once you discovered, okay, now I'm starting
That's
to
what makes Donald Trump so popular. A lot of things people say he should care about, he don't care about. He's like, whatever, man. You gonna what? Lock me up. You gonna do what? Okay, do it. When you have no fear of consequences, do as you wish.
So is that the problem with the youth?
Well, the youth right now, they don't think consequences. They think it after they get arrested, when they face a situation where it's too late to think all that. You know, you get caught slipping, and bullets goes in you, you out of here. I mean, shit, too late to, man, I wish this and wish that. And then the ones that doing the shooting when they get locked up. And now the consequence of what you done is you staring at it, and you get ready to face a lot of time. You get ready to go into a prison system, probably where the person you killed got relatives or friends or people that don't like you. Your life get ready to be hell. Mm-hmm. I mean, consequences. But if you didn't care, you'd be like, whatever. And I saw it in one person in Louisville, my city. He got locked up. People said that he robbed people out here, the dope mans and everybody. His name, they call him Cheese. I met him for the first time, and when he came in my pod, I was at another prison. He came in, I said, well, everybody talking about they gonna kill him and all that. He robbed him and shoot assets and that. Keys came in with no fear of consequences. Sat down and we got a poker game going and we played poker. The same people talked about what they gonna do, lost money to him in the poker game. They up there paying this man. You paying the man that you claim you gonna kill. You lost in the poker game. And Keys is back on the streets now. But ain't nobody do nothing to him. But when you show that you got a heart, you got an enemy that he can be stronger than me. But once I showed him that, hey, only way this is gonna end, we both is out of here. I'm not gonna lose. We're gonna break even, I'm gonna win. Win or break even. I ain't seeing no other way. You put that in their face, they'll back down. They'll make provision. They'll be like, shoot, he really don't care. No, I don't.
So why do you think a lot of people think the tough guys go to prison?
Well, they watch movies. And a lot of things you see on TV, you tend to believe happens in real life. Some of it does, but not the way it's produced in Hollywood. But bad boys is what they go after. The bad boy thing. The bad boys, like I heard on the radio, this kid was being picked at 6 years old. He was on the radio talking about other kids telling him that only sissies go to church. As a sissy boy, going to church today, sissy. So that make all the other kids in that community don't go to church. If you go to church, you're a sissy. It's the devil planting this. But here's the point, though. When you learn the truth and know the truth, nothing else matters, really. But I'm not gonna put myself in a situation. I know I don't have what a lot of men have. I don't have that type of power, connections, resources. You got a lot of powerful men in the world, right? And I try to tell my wife, she don't understand, but she just as powerful. And so am I. Depends on how you look at it. Now, I don't fear no powerful people. Because I can put them in a situation where I can show them that I ain't got nothing to lose. What did I got to lose? I mean, compared to somebody that claims they got everything. If you got more than me and you doing more better than me, I'm the person least you want to mess with. You know, on a beef tip. Because when you got a lot to lose and I ain't got nothing to lose, I'm going to let you see it.
Why do you feel like you have nothing to lose?
I don't.
What makes you feel that way? Because that's the type of thinking that...
I'll tell you what made me feel that way is knowing the truth. That I came in this world with nothing and I'll leave with nothing. That's the bottom line.
You got nothing to lose.
Nothing.
Right now in your life, you look like you have nothing. You feel like you have nothing to lose.
Nothing. And I'm going to tell you a secret that bothered me. Not long ago, it was on YouTube, this black girl was, police came, 911 was called, they came to her place and they killed a black woman. Shot her. When she squatted on that floor, she said, "Oh, Jesus." When Jesus came out of that man, opened up on her. I ain't think nothing about it then, but now, when I go back into the book of Revelation, when they were talking about the prophecies of things that happen, all the people that done already been killed, and despite what the church say, they in heaven. Let me tell you where they at. The verse said, when that seal was open, I saw the souls of all them that was killed and all this in the name of Jesus under the altar. And you know what they was doing? They was complaining to Jesus. They said, how long? Because now they feel like they gave their life for nothing, I guess. They were losing faith or something. They said, how long? Holy and true. Are you going to wait to avenge us on those that did what, killed them and stuff? Jesus gave them white robes, and here's what I missed, this part. He said, he answered them. Until your brothers and sisters, when it's fulfilled that they should be killed the way you was, and that's fulfilled, then that's when I'll come back. Vengeance is here. So when I thought about it, what's the most important thing about this part? It's just the secret. It's his hidden secret in the world. Explains it. Until your brothers and sisters should be killed as you were, is fulfilled, then I'm coming back. Jesus told him that in Revelation. I seen these Hollywood movies on the rapture. And in these Hollywood movies, you'll see people turning around and the person sitting next to them just disappeared. You won't see them with clothes laying on the ground. Hollywood. Jesus said, until your brothers and sisters should be killed as you were, is fulfilled. Killed. Not disappeared. Not you look around, they gone, been taken to heaven. Killed. That's the process. Killed. It makes you wonder why. I tell you who fulfilled that, Martin Luther King. Remember him? Killed. He just didn't turn around and he disappeared, was in the rapture, killed, according to the scripture. Sheep to the slaughter. That's what we are. And the scripture said that's why Jesus told us, man, it's good. See, the point is, I said, no, I'm not going to be a sheep slaughter for nobody, but I realized I don't know how I'm going to die. But I need to ask myself how I prefer to die. Would I prefer to be killed doing good? I was killed in the process of doing something evil, right? Either way, I'm not able to stop either one. I'm going to be killed regardless. How would I prefer it to be? Doing good or doing something evil? So that's what I'm asking myself. You never know when this stuff going to happen. You know, you can get so into the Lord where it's time to take you. The Lord will let that situation unfold. Not cause it to happen, but see, like right now, we up under protection. You know, I could be walking down the street, somebody can just be ready to go off and just kill some people. And I can get intervention, not even knowing it, from the angels or whatever. Prevent that, not my journey, you know, was successful. I made it to my destination, whatever. But when it's time to make you be taken, according to the scripture, well, I'm filled with the glory, the grace of God, and Jesus is in me real good and stuff. Now I'm walking down the street, somebody jump out. I say something wonderful to them, they kill me. People wonder, how could that happen? He was a good man. He did all this good for the community. He did. Jesus said, when your brothers and sisters should be killed, as you were, be fulfilled, then that's when the end's coming to the world. It's a process. That process is going to be so brutal that I'm going to get back to the subject, but it's going to be so brutal that even the saints are told power's going to be taken from them and given to the enemy, allow the enemy to have, to do what they got to do. You know, all this is going to bring him back. But anyway, here's the point. Learning who you are should be everybody's quest, is to learn who you are. Not who people done molded you to be, done scripted you to be. I try to program you to be. Learning who you are on this earth, because there's two types down here. We got the good seed and the bad seed. The devils and the God kids. That's the truth, right here on earth. But that's a big subject. But anyway, you got more questions?
Yeah, another question I've been asked to ask you is word coming after what you just explained, but what's the difference between finesse and grape? Finessing somebody and graping somebody.
Well,
in your mind, what do you think?
they the same.
So you understand when you say...
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You understand when you say you finessing...
You doing the same.
Okay.
It's when you be in somebody's will, even graping. You got some people would say, oh, he put a knife in my throat and that made me spread my butt. Okay. If you was threatened to put a knife in his throat, not literally doing it, and he spreads his butt, you're achieving the same thing through threats, intimidation, or whatever, you know, to get the butt. Now, if you was to give him something to eat, get him in debt for the purpose of getting his butt, letting him pay his debt off by giving you some booty, it is still the same because the process was about breaking his will down to a submissive level to where he would voluntarily give you his booty without you stabbing him or beating him. So you can say, no, I didn't grape him, I finessed him. I didn't put a weapon on him, I hit him, or nothing. But when it's against his will, it's against the will of God too, and the law. To do that. So any means or method you use to obtain it, or to get it, it falls in the same category, great. You can, what is great? First of all, how do you grape a person? They say you can choke them, take them to the ground, make them think they near death, and then say, okay, they submitted. You can hit them, they submit, okay, I'll do anything you want. You can get them in debt and tell them, you need to give me this, or I'm going to kill you. They give it to you. You can lace them up with medication and take it. No matter how you go about it, it's not the only way it cannot be a great situation is
if they're willing to give it up without threat or coercion.
Yeah, without threat, coercion, intimidation, or debt.
Okay, well, answer me this. Why do inmates not consider finesse, coercion, threats great?
I'll tell you why. Every man is different. They got ladies out there that will tell you that if you was to ask them to explain the last 5 minutes they slept with, the difference in them, and they would tell you, one man, he was take his time. The other man, he's too emotional. Another one, he's just, it's a difference. So, to answer your question, and it was, say it again.
Why do inmates not look at finesse and coercion as grape?
Because you got a lot of people.
You used it too, so that's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm saying it because they don't want to see themselves as a graper. As someone that has did this to somebody, you know, they looking for justification of having done wrong. And they feel like, well, if I didn't take it, I didn't do no wrong. Yeah, you did. You pressure somebody, made them feel like they was in a situation where this is the only outlet, you know, for some sort of relief. When you can create that in a person, that's equivalent to putting a knife at their throat, as far as I'm concerned. Even referring to myself, you know, and that put me in that category. I'm not gonna lie about none of it. It's something that people need to feel the actual to know the truth of and to actually feel the effects of having. Cause you sit there and you think about people, their life. What is the life like of the person that has been done like that? I mean, you got somebody that probably you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's karma or whatever. You know, you got your grandparents and them telling you stay out of trouble. You still getting in trouble. You end up in prison and you get raped.
Which you fall in that line and happened to you.
Yeah.
So.
And so.
Well, let me ask you this.
But you think about people's lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the life like at this moment of the person that done been done this way? Are they married, single, divorced? Are they crazy? Do they have nightmares and dreams about all this? Does it affect them? Are they able to function and get along with life even though they being raped and all this stuff in prison? What's the hardship like for them spiritually and inside of them, right? How much damage was done up here?
Well, you tell me, it happened to you. How much damage is done?
A lot. But, you know, it was not irreparable with me because of my knowledge and my extensive research into the spirit world, into a lot of things, life, period, in general. But I'm not gonna let a lot of stuff bother me. I'll be like, you got me, you got me. You know, the same way with me, if you catch me slipping and rob me. Catch me slipping and shoot a couple of slugs in me and I survived. I'd be like, all right, you slugged me up. All right, you caught me slipping. You know?
So, I think it's an important topic. That's why I'm talking about it. Because,
it is.
Because it shows your growth. Because when me and you first sat down, you said Finesse and Grape were different. Now you understand the person you was in prison that you end up turning into in prison. Obviously, y'all use different terms in prison to help y'all deal with it.
Well, we didn't need no help dealing with it. The way we dealt with it in ours, get more.
Well, what I'm saying is you got people in debt. So.
Oh, yeah, got them in debt for the purpose of the booty.
So out here, a man might pay a woman's bill. Or a man might lend a woman money.
For
And
the
he
same
might,
purpose.
yeah, he might say,
It's the same community, but only in that community it's all men. It's not women and men.
but is it still grape out here in the free world if you tell a woman I paid your bills, you owe me? Or is that just a understood thing?
Any type of pressure you put on a person to be in their will, to do something sexual, whether they give it up voluntarily after under all that pressure, well, it's still, to me, it's great.
Okay, so okay, why when you ask men do people get graped in prison, they say no. If they understand that finessing is the same thing, do you look at it like that when you're in prison? Do you understand that really deep down inside and you just hiding it, or do you really believe that it's not the same at that point?
You want to believe it's not the same to try to make what you're doing halfway look like it ain't nothing wrong to do. You know, make you don't feel like you doing it wrong. I mean, you know, I pressured him and he gave it up. I ain't take it. I ain't, you know, put a knife at his. What you did to get it is equivalent to putting a knife at his throat without putting it at his throat. It's equivalent. He the same that went through that man's mind with a knife under his throat. That's that feeling. At the feeling of despair, feeling of I gotta do something, I won't make it. I gotta give this up to survive. That feeling is the same feeling he'll feel if he was in debt. If I don't pay my, you know, he gonna kill me. He feel the same feeling as if you had a knife at his throat. He'll feel that same feeling if, without you even putting a hand on him, just making a threat. When the door's open, punk, me and you out, and he's like.
So why when you get out of that atmosphere to the free world, why do men say, no, I didn't grape? When they know that the route they took was actually considered that.
They, like I said, they don't want to look at it like they did wrong. I ain't do nothing wrong. He gave it to me. You know, I didn't take it. You know, you took it, man. You know, and unless he walks up to you and say, hey, I'm gay, I don't know if you are. If you are, would you like to mess around? I like you, I have an interest in you. If it ain't on that wavelength where he comes to you trying to offer himself to you without you even knowing because he likes the way you look. But you see somebody that is not openly gay and you sit there and develop a plan to get him to be gay. You developing a plan. It's no different from grabbing a knife and just putting it at his throat.
I guess
you get ready to, you know.
I guess that's what I'm not understanding. Because if you're not already gay, you're not gonna develop me into being gay. So
well, let me explain that too. That part there.
I'm not saying finesse.
No, it interests me too. But here's the point. We go right back to the same thing. I met a girl. She's married, got kids. good job. You go to church. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But I remember a time when she was a whore, slut, prostitute, whatever you want to call her, drug addict. You could have told her at the time when she was a prostitute that once you're a prostitute, you'll always be one. But she's not. Then when it comes to gay people, I'm going to stick to what I said, because I know I'm right. A lot of the gay stuff happens in the early childhood in people's lives when their parents, the parents don't watch these kids all the time. It's impossible. Kids make friends. As a child, you would think kids is too young to even know how to even get involved in that. I seen that stuff happen when I was 10 years old. That's how early they can develop all this stuff. Spending a night. Susie spent a night with Curl. James going over to Derek's house. Derek spent a couple of days over here. They've been best friends all the night. You would think. You don't know what goes on when they be alone with each other. You don't know all this stuff. Life goes on, later on in life, he goes his way, he goes his way. He ends up in prison. He's end up in a situation where he already know what time it is. It's the booty. They coming for it. And they coming like they serious about it. So, he goes back into his mind like, I'm not going to get shredded in her over this booty. I gave my booty up when I was a child. I growed out of it. Now I'm in a situation where I might have to give it up and go that route. The people headed, get out. I ain't take nothing from him. He just, look. It don't matter if you done it before. You could have done it for 20 years and stopped. It don't make it right for somebody to pressure you to get it out of you. It's to bring you to do this, just to seek pleasure. They thinking of themselves, I got to get off. I don't care what the damage is in his life, what damage I do, I got to get my rocks off. There's an issue there, but a lot of people get out of prison, they don't want to acknowledge, they don't want, first of all, what Michael Jackson said, take a look at the man in the mirror. People don't do it, it's too painful. When you look in that mirror and you say, oh God, oh God. Ain't nobody gonna go through that all day. They'd rather go look in the mirror and not see nothing. Because they done blocked it out of their mind. I ain't did no wrong. What? All the people in Hollywood, it could be a bad statement, but I'm going to make it because it's what I believe, right? You might cut it out of this thing here, but I'm going to say it. If you want to meet the foulest of the foul, go to Hollywood. That's what it is.
I don't think nobody gonna argue that.
That's what it is. All up there in secrets with their little tuxedo suits and all the expensive clothing and the fancy hairdos and stuff. It's not who they are.
Why did you finally admit
I mean,
that
man,
Finesse and Grape is the same? Because you didn't admit that at first, but it shows growth. So I'm asking.
yeah, that's what it is. It's growth. It's understanding something that I didn't want to understand. I had it my way. I ain't did nothing wrong. You know, yeah. Come here, bro. If I like you, I want you, I got to have you. Booty more important than water, all that. Still boils down to the point of to me, it ain't no difference. For real.
It was hard to admit that at first.
Shit. Yeah. You know, nobody wants to see themselves as having did wrong, a lot of wrong. You know, it's like you see relationships now, men and women. And you ask them he's wrong or she's wrong. Man, if she didn't do that, and then sometimes they'll go this far. Well, I admit I have some of the blame, but she was the main one out. They tried it with God in the beginning. It didn't work. When he talk about Adam and Eve, that forbidden tree and all this, don't eat from it. When God popped up on the scene, he said, I called you. What was y'all? Just said, we heard your voice and we had he said, cover up. He said, who told you you naked? Have you eaten on the tree and I told you not to eat on? Eve said, yeah. The devil, he tricked me. God said, okay. He looked at Adam and said, why did you eat of it? Well, my wife, she did it. She taught me, you know, I be talking about my wife's stuff. And he said, well, check this out. All of you getting punished. Punish her, punish him. He didn't want to hear all that. Shift the blame. When you do a wrong, it's wrong. When you learn that truth, you can be able to move on. When you do a wrong, it's wrong. You can't justify a wrong. I tried. Many times I did.